I'm Pastor Dave Watson, and today I am the face of America. New York is the capital of abortion in America. One in every 3 pregnancies in New York State ends in abortion. New York City is the capital of New York when it comes to abortion. It's hard to imagine this. If a child can come out of a womb and be left to die, how am I to tell a teenager who doesn't want a child, how am I to tell her you had the baby in the bathroom and you drowned it in the toilet? How am I to tell her that's wrong? She doesn't see the difference, and she doesn't see the difference because there is no difference. I am Dave Watson. I have the wonderful privilege of pastoring Cavalry Chapel on Staten Island. I'm also the founder and president of a learning institution called the New York Institute for Biblical Studies. I am the father of 3 amazing children and the grandfather of 2 amazing grandchildren. I've been married for 35 years to my wife Debbie. As well, I have been pastoring this particular church on Staten Island for 28 years. At the age of 14 years old, I came to a personal faith in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. When I came to think through what He had done for me, I thought, what better thing could I do with my life than tell others about Christ? And if I could do it full time, that would be absolutely unbelievable. God has given me that opportunity. And I basically, because my life has been impacted by Christ, I seek to help others find Him and be impacted in a similar manner. The New York State Legislature doesn't write their bills. In the state of New York, the lobbyists write the bills and the legislatures put their stamp on it. Since about 2006, 2007, the state assembly has taken up this bill, and then it gets defeated in the Senate. It gets defeated because it's just a horrible bill. It basically allows you to deliver a child and leave it to die. It also does not protect the baby in the womb. If in our case where we are, we know of experiences where drug dealers have punched a woman in the stomach with the intent of causing an abortion, or taken the woman to a spontaneous abortion, or taken a woman to an abortion clinic and made her have an abortion. The real world is that now that child has no protection inside the womb. If the drug dealer wants to do that, he doesn't face other than an assault on the woman, he doesn't face charges for what he just did to the baby. The sad truth of the fact that the Democratic Party is very much in bed with Planned Parenthood and NARAL is that, truthfully, follow the money. It's about funding, it's about money, it's about political correctness. If members of the Democratic Party were to pull their support for, say, Planned Parenthood, well, Planned Parenthood has an arm of it that is giving campaign contributions. If they were to push back on NARAL, the National Abortion Rights League, they would lose their funding. They would lose their funding sources. I don't think that as a whole, individuals, and surveys show us this, individuals believe there ought to be abortion on demand up until the last seconds of the 9th month. I don't think, surveys don't show that to be the case. It's not representative of the people, even in a state that's liberal like New York. But our politicians, because in some ways, this is hard to say, but it's the truth, abortion is sacrosanct. It's almost a sacrament. And Planned Parenthood and NARAL are almost the priestesses, high priestesses of this sacrament. And our politicians need to at least bow down to them, or they're gonna face terrible consequences. Well, you can't separate morality from public policy. I can't say, well, you know what? I'm against murder, but I could see where it might work for you. I can't do that. So I take my thinking from John the Baptist. John the Baptist saw that Herod had a moral problem. He was living, or was marrying in almost an incestual relationship, his brother's wife. It was just not right. So John the Baptist said, that's wrong. Well, Herod didn't appreciate that, and John lost his head. But John didn't hesitate to speak to that political issue. So I try not to endorse a candidate or a group of candidates or a party, but I am going to speak to the issues. If you want to know why someone could support Trump, and I've written in some ways against the man. I had a very large piece called Trumping the Beatitudes on Super Tuesday, because he doesn't embody those Beatitudes. But if you want to know why someone could support him, it's because he's going to appoint judges who are going to make the abortion laws stricter. We're just tired of having babies aborted. We're not comfortable with that, and therefore we're willing to swallow some of the crud that comes out of the Donald's tweets in order to accomplish that goal.